I am going to start part 3 of 4 of my series on French pronunciation fundamentals on the U and the U sound with a childhood story. My mom is Mexican, so I've always been aware of the difficulty of the U sound for non-French speakers. Are we doing des boules or des bulles, maman? Should I put mon pull or ma poule? Do you struggle with the U sound too like my mom? I bet you do. I'm Géraldine, your real modern French teacher, and by the end of this video, you will be more at ease with the U sound pronunciation. Today's lesson is perfect for those looking to speak or brush up on their modern French because these sounds are key to improving your French pronunciation as a non-native speaker. First of all, repeat after me. U, 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 su, 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 su. Making the difference between the U and the U sound is one of the most difficult things when learning French. So don't worry if you're being challenged today. It is one topic that you can always practice alongside nasal sounds and the French R. Now repeat after me. Sourd, sourd, sûr, sûr. Sûr without the accent means on top of, okay, and it's the same pronunciation. Sourd with the silent D. Sûr, sourd, sûr. Tu es sûr? Tu es sourd? As you can see, the two words sound almost the same, but they have totally different meanings. So let's really take the time to work on these pronunciations. Tu es sûr? Tu es sûr? Tu es sourd? Tu es sourd? Again, tu es sûr? Tu es sourd? Tu es sûr? Tu es sourd? Good. U is very probably easy to pronounce for an English speaker. It's like the longer U in foot. Pay attention to your mouth when you say it. Your lips are rounded and your mouth is almost completely closed. And your tongue is also in the back. U, U, U. U. Well, for U it is almost the same, except your tongue is much more in the front and it should press against your teeth. U, 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 U. Repeat these words after me. U, U. It means or. If you see the other U with an accent on the U, it means where. And it is exactly the same pronunciation. The accent doesn't change anything. So U, U, U. And now, U, it means had, as in j'ai eu, I had. U, U, j'ai eu, j'ai eu, j'ai eu. I know it is a weird spelling, and if you watch our previous lesson on the E sound, you might think that should be an j'ai but no, actually it is an exception and it is pronounced U. Sorry, U, j'ai eu. The problem with the U, it is not only that it is hard to pronounce. The main problem is also that it is hard to hear. And that is a confusion that might lead you to embarrassing misunderstandings because many words take different meanings with U and U, like tu for you, tu, and tout for everything, tout, tout. With a silent T. Tu as tout. Tu as tout. Again, tu as tout. Nous for we, nous. And nu for naked. Nu. Repeat after me. Nous sommes nus. We are naked. Nous sommes nus. Nous sommes nus. Nous sommes nus. Another example, vous for you, vous, and vu for seen, vu, vu. Vous avez vu? Here we have une liaison between vous and avez. Vous avez vu, repeat after me. Vous avez vu. Vous avez vu. Again, vous avez vu. Now you're probably getting more confident with hearing and pronouncing the difference between the U and the U sound. Let's switch to more difficult and more fun practice sentences. But one quick digression first. Usually the letter U sounds like U, and O and U in French make the U sound. We saw that, that's easy. But sometimes the U letter can be silent, especially after the letter Q in French. As in qui, quand, quoi, for who, when, and what. We don't say qui, quand, and quoi. It is a silent. We say qui, quand, quoi. Repeat after me. Qui, quand, with the silent D, quoi. Again, qui, quand, quoi. And after la lettre G, if you add un U, it makes the G sound before an E and a I. For example, we say le gui, mistletoe. Le gui, not le gui. Le gui. Le gui. But we say la girafe when there is no U. La girafe. La girafe. We also say la guêpe for the wasp. We don't say la guêpe. La guêpe. La guêpe. But if we remove the U, it makes the sound Géraldine for me. Géraldine. Géraldine. Good. You will find more exceptions and written rules about this topic in the blog post for this lesson. You will find the link to it below the video in the description. But now let's concentrate on practicing your French pronunciation. You're doing great with short words already, so let's move on to sentences and mix it up a bit. Ready? J'ai vu et goûté une confiture faite par amour de la mûre. I've seen and tasted some jam that was made for love of blackberry. So in this example, we have the e sound that we saw in French pronunciation fundamental part 1. We have a nasal sound that we saw in part 2. So I will leave it up to you to practice on those topics there. J'ai vu. We have a U sound. J'ai vu. Et goûté. Here we have a U sound and the E sound. Une with the U sound. Confiture, the nasal on at the beginning and the U at the end. Faite par amour, here we have a U sound, amour, a very useful word, de la mûre, here we have a U sound. You can notice that on la mûre you have an accent circonflexe, but it doesn't change anything on the pronunciation, okay? So let's practice together. J'ai vu. J'ai vu. J'ai vu et goûté. J'ai vu et goûté. Here the accent on the U as well of goûter doesn't change the pronunciation. It is still an U sound. Okay? J'ai vu et goûté. J'ai vu et goûté une confiture. J'ai vu et goûté une confiture. J'ai vu et goûté une confiture faite par amour de la mûre. Faite par amour de la mûre. Faite par amour de la mûre. Now let's put all of this together. J'ai vu et goûté une confiture faite par amour de la mûre. J'ai vu et goûté une confiture faite par amour de la mûre. Let's put all this together faster. J'ai vu et goûté une confiture faite par amour de la mûre. One last time. J'ai vu et goûté une confiture faite par amour de la mûre. There are also some French R in that are not that easy to say, I have to be honest. That was really good. Now you can practice as much as you want, even come back to the video later and rewatch this element. And if you're feeling okay, we can step up the difficulty a notch, okay? So, ready? Breathe. And let's try this new example. Tu as voulu ranger la cave, tout est enfoui dessous, tu es déçu, tu t'es enfui. You wanted to clean up the basement, everything was buried under stuff, you're disappointed and you ran away. Tu as voulu. Here we have a U sound, tu as, the S is silent, voulu, we have a U sound and a U sound, la cave is the basement. Repeat after me. Tu as voulu ranger la cave. Again, tu as voulu ranger la cave. Here I forgot to say that the en in ranger is a nasal en and the e at the end, the R is silent. Tu as voulu ranger la cave. Tout est enfoui dessous. Here I do la liaison between tout and est. Tout est enfoui dessous. I even do la liaison between est and enfoui, okay? Tout est enfoui dessous. I told you it was more difficult. Tout est enfoui dessous. Tout est enfoui dessous. Here the en in enfoui is a nasal en and we have the silent S at the end of dessous. Dessous, okay? One last time. Tout est enfoui dessous. Tu es déçu. Here we have a U sound in tu. In est, the S is silent. Tu es déçu with a U sound at the end. And the CCD right there is pronounced se. Tu es déçu. Tu t'es enfui. Here it's funny because we have enfoui, which means buried under. And we have enfui, which means run away. Tu t'es enfui with the U sound. Tu es déçu, tu t'es enfui. Repeat after me. Tu es déçu, tu t'es enfui. Again. Tu es déçu, tu t'es enfui. Tu es déçu, tu t'es enfui. So let's put all the sentences together. Tu as voulu ranger la cave, tout est enfoui dessous, tu es déçu, tu t'es enfui. Yes, that's difficult. One more time. Tu as voulu ranger la cave, tout est enfoui dessous, tu es déçu, tu t'es enfui. And one last time, a bit faster. Tu as voulu ranger la cave, tout est enfoui dessous, tu es déçu, tu t'es enfui. Good! That was difficult. Okay, you're still here? Now let's add the R on top of the U and the U sound to really make it even more of a challenge. Ready? La roue sur la rue roule, la rue sous la roue reste. La roue sur la rue roule, la rue sous la roue reste. It means the wheel rolls on the road and the road stays under the wheel. It is what we call un vire-langue, a tongue twister, un vire-langue. They are hard to pronounce even for a French person, but this is a challenge that will really push your limits of French pronunciation. Remember to keep the French R and push your tongue to make the U sound. Okay, so repeat after me. La roue sur la rue roule. La roue sur la rue roule. La roue sur la rue roule. And now, La rue sous la roue reste. La rue sous la roue reste. One last time. La rue sous la roue reste. And now all together. La roue sur la rue roule. La rue sous la roue reste. One more time. La roue sur la rue roule. La rue sous la roue reste. And one last time, you done faster? Ready? La roue sur la rue roule, la rue sous la roue reste. Well done, it's difficult even for me, I have to tell you. I will see you in the next lesson for part 4 of this series on French pronunciation fundamentals. We're going to talk about la liaison, okay? And how to actually practice it. I made a special playlist for you today with the difference between dessus and dessous, okay? And why U and OO is so important again. And also French pronunciation fundamental part 1 where I talk about the E and E sound, and at last the French R where you can practice with me. So just click here on your screen. I will see you in the next video so you can practice these pronunciations as well. I will see you there. Salut!